Thanks for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
Ladies and gentlemen, have no fear. Your councilman is here back on a Tuesday for the NXT post show. It has been a trying day today. Many things that your councilman had to do as we are getting ready for Backlash and Battlegrounds in Tampa. So the watch along had to take a back seat, especially still being a little under the weather, but I was going to show up here for the post show, and dang it, I needed to because it was a stupendous NXT tonight, man. We had a 25-man battle royal, and we have found out that we have a new #1 contender for the NXT championship at Battlegrounds, and it is, I don't think any of us saw this coming. I know I am one of them. Definitely did not see this outcome coming for this battle royal. We also had a #1 contendership match for the NXT women's title at Battleground between Julia and Jordan Grace, as well as some 6-man tag team action that kicked off the show with the TNA champion Joe Hendry, the NXT tag team champions Hank and Tank versus Dark State, which seemed to be kicking off fairly well. I wasn't sure too much, not so much about how Hank and Tank would mold in as tag team champions, but they are checking off all the boxes that we need as a tag team for NXT. I think Hank and Tank is doing well. I think pairing them up with Joe Hendry tonight was an even better way to see it. And of course, Dark State was their opponent. And then, of course, shout out to everybody who is joining in right now. Dark State was the opponent for tonight in this 6-man tag action. And of course, it wouldn't have been a storyline if we did not have Trick Williams coming out to distract Joe Hendry, again, attacking him from behind, hitting him with the slick tricks, and distracting him from Dark State and the 6-man tag match. Dark State, of course, taking pure advantage of it, which also still makes me at least to believe that Trick Williams is the leader of Dark State. But Dark State nonetheless picked up the victory against Joe Hendry and Hank and Tank, as Hank and Tank was left to have to deal with all 4 members of Dark State, the 3 that were in there, and of course the one that's always sitting on the side. And, of course, Dark State picking up the victory. Then we had some interesting setups in the women's locker room backstage. Carmen Petrovich, still a little bit salty about her loss against the NXT North American champion Sol Ruka. Thea Hale trying to be there to beat Thea. And, of course, Jada Parker, who don't ever play, was not here to play with the pity party that Carmen Petrovich was throwing out there. Had an exchange of words and decided that, hey, you know what? Let's take this to the ring, which led later on in this evening a match between Jada Parker and Carmen Petrovich. But the match that I think was match of the night was following after that segment, which was Kalani Jordan versus Zarya. These two put on a absolute banger of a match, man. Kalani Jordan was giving it her all. I thought she was amazing in the ring, as well as Zarya. Shout out to Sol Ruka on the sideline, still playing her part as need be. But I think this was match of the night, if you ask me. I know we had some #1 contendership matches going on, but these two ladies brought it tonight. I am glad that they gave them enough time to have the match. Nothing quick. They went as Aminatu was saying, thank you for joining us. Shout out to Thriz as well. But like she said, they brought it tonight. Shout out to Super Mario Styles as well for joining in the chat, as well as the rest of you that are watching right now. But that was match of the night, in my opinion. Kalani and Zarya. I would not mind seeing another go of those two. All right. That was just incredible. Then, of course, we had another, I wouldn't say exchange, but another display of how there is a huge target on the NXT's women's champions back. And, of course, that's Stephanie Vaquer getting ready to prepare herself for who will be her #1 contender for the title at Battlegrounds. We saw her interacting with Lola Vice. We also saw Julia walking up in the back. Once again, not sure what they're doing with Lola Vice. Don't know what's happening there. Shout out to Lewis. Shout out to Tanya jumping in as well. I have no idea what's happening when it comes to Lola Vice. Like, why do y'all have her hitting like this whole nice stride face thing? Like, when is she getting a shot? Like, when like it ain't even got to be at a PLE, but it's like, yo, can we get Lola versus Stephanie? Like, what's going on? Like, why y'all keeping her in the back? Like, what's happening right now? Why is Lola not getting the shots that she deserves? Like, she's a prominent figure here in WWE. So I'm very confused as why is she not being utilized right now? It is really just a huge mystery to me. It makes no sense. Say I've been out the loop since 99. Does WWE? No, sir. Well, I mean, it still exists, but not in the way that you think it exists. If you love animals, then yes, the World Wildlife Federation, aka WWF, is still around and still kicking. If you are into animals, Super Mario style. But yeah, man, we just again seeing all of the competition that is involved in the women's division and all of them clamoring to want that NXT women's title. I hope we get a little more shift of that with the North American title as well on Sol Ruka, because I would like to see some more of her competition and the people that would love to try to go after her title as well. So hopefully we see that a little more, if not leading up to Battlegrounds, maybe after Battlegrounds. But then we got into our 25-man battle royal. This was to determine the number one contender against Obafemi for his NXT title. So many people from TNA, from NXT was in there. You had folks like Elijah who showed up. You had Wes Went, I forget his Zachary Wentz, excuse me, from the Rascals, and we got to see a little bit of that rivalry heat back up against him and Wesley. We had some of the LFG stars like up in there, like my guy Legacy was up in there showing this thing. Of course, the Young OG was in there representing. It was a pretty solid 25-man battle royal, and I think that was something that we talked about earlier on WWT in the previous weeks of exactly how much of the men's roster were we going to see. And I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty impressed by what was out there. Like, we still got some work to do with the men's division, but I think I saw a lot of great potential out there, and I didn't really see too many people where I was like, I don't ever see them getting a title shot. But I will say I was definitely proven wrong with that, because in a crazy battle royal, the four people we had left remaining in this match, we had Ethan Page, we had Sean Spears, the Young OG Javon Evans, and No Quarter Catch Crew's Miles Bourne, who put on a show tonight. The Great Value Randy Orton is letting y'all know, like, hey man, I'm this baby, the man I've copied, and really, like, that's the person I've been on, but I'm gonna show y'all, like, I deserve to be here. And that man did not hold back, as he is the last person standing in the 25-man battle royal, which just kind of blew me away. I think that was the OMG moment of the night. As you can see, you could hear the ambulance in the back because people passed out at the results of this battle royal. But man, Miles Bourne will be taking on, again, haven't heard this all day. It ain't till I go live. We got to get all this noise. It never fails. So, but we have Miles Bourne as the new number one contender going up against Obafemi at Battlegrounds in Tampa. Good shout out to the No Quarter Catch crew, but then also too a little bit of slickness in Charlie Dempsey trying to slide in and play this whole, hey, you did it for the team and stuff like that, so now I'm gonna go face him, when you were also in the battle royal and you lost. One of really the first like maybe 5 people to be eliminated, and then want to try to steal Miles Bourne's shine and say, no, you won for the team, but it's me that's the one that needs to go and do it. And Miles is like, man, screw that. Like, yo, I won. Then, of course, we got an appearance by Obafemi congratulating Miles Bourne in the back, letting him, very not, excited about his next challenger and knowing who his next challenger is. And then, of course, Charlie Dempsey trying to still convince it, and Oba just not going for it. Like, no, he won. he's the guy I'm going to be battling. But because Charlie Dempsey was writing checks his mouth can't cash, we will get to see him in action with the NXT champion next week, as Obafemi will be in action taking on Charlie Dempsey. So he said, there was this the price to get you on Raw? Yes. I got to be paid. I have got to be paid. But no, I actually too said deal. It's just because I'm under the weather and I really worked myself like kind of to the bone today. And so I was just very tired. And I just didn't, to be honest with you, it wasn't fair to y'all to be just sitting here just going for 2 hours. Like, I just did not have the energy to give y'all the watch along that you deserve. Like, I just did not want to do that to y'all and just be sitting here just like, yeah, we're here with the watch along. Like, I needed a nap. So I was able to at least lay down, get a little bit of rest while I watched the show as well, just so I could be able to come do the post show, with that councilman energy y'all normally get. But I just was not up for it with the watch along, and I did not want to give y'all a crappy product, especially with everything that was going on. So we are here with the post show. Now I'm an honor like you. I was going with the young OG. I thought we were gonna get the young OG finally getting a one-on-one shot against Oba, but it seems that they're going a different direction, which again, I'm not upset about it. If I'm being honest, like, I think that's now what goes back to what NXT is all about, and that is giving superstars chances. People you don't normally see that you would think even for a second would get a shot, and especially within a battle royal. Like, a battle royal is the perfect place for something like this to happen. Now, at my number one outside of the young OG was Shawn Spears. Like, I thought Shawn Spears was going to get it. Just because he didn't get a rematch for the North American title. So I was like, ooh, okay, maybe this is the payoff for Shawn Spears. But maybe because of how the elimination went with him and Ethan Page, maybe we have a rivalry cooking up between those two. So I just want to see something pay off for Shawn Spears other than like not getting another title shot and kind of falling back into the ether. Like, I don't want to see that happen for him. So hopefully we see some payoff. But shout out to Miles Bourne. I think it is an incredible opportunity for him. That is what NXT is all about. But I'm glad to see him win. Also, Trick Williams got his shot cost by Joe Hendry, and so we will also have Joe Hendry and Trick Williams next week before Battleground takes place. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen with that, and if there's a potential TNA title shot between Trick Williams and Joe Hendry. Then we had Jada Parker versus Carmen Petrovich. Of course, Jada Parker displaying why she's Jada Parker and why she is who she is, putting them paws on Carmen Petrovich. So I don't know exactly. And excuse me, it will be at Battlegrounds. Oh, shoot. Oh, okay. No. So that is the information that it is. So it will be on the line. Trick Williams versus Joe Hendry for the TNA title at Battlegrounds. So this Battlegrounds is definitely cooking up, which make a lot of sense because headlining Oba versus Miles Bourne is kind of a stretch. So I can see why they went ahead and threw this on there because it was very much needed. But Jada Parker doing light work to Carmen Petrovich. Just glad that she's on TV still. I know eating that pen, they kind of like set her back a little bit at Stand and Deliver, but glad to see that she's on television and still getting these reps in as far as being on the NXT programming. So I'm just glad to see that. I'm glad they're not giving her the, I hate to say it like this, but giving her the Lola Vice treatment and not having her on there. So I'm just glad to see that. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it, Cindil. Don't you worry. We almost there. We almost there. Actually, we are there. We are at the main event tonight. Number one contenders match, Julia versus Jordynne Grace. Incredible match. I want to say probably the second, maybe third best Yes, Cendille, Lola's still alive. You missed it when I was talking about it. I have no idea what they're doing with her or why they're treating her the way that they're treating her in the back. The girl should be having matches, and for some reason they're not. They're treating her like they treat her kind of like she's a locker room leader or something already. Like she's kind of just like giving this advice and talking. It's like what's happening? Put this girl in the ring. But Julia versus Jordynne Grace, incredible match between the two. To Cendille's point, she liked that they finally let Julia be herself, and I loved it, but I really don't like her losing clean in her first proper one-on-one match as a heel. And I 100% agree. I mean, I know that y'all love the Juggernaut, but to be honest with you, I don't think this was the right decision. I really don't. I don't think this is the right decision. One, because you now have Jordynne Grace going in back-to-back battlegrounds for the title, like because she faced Roxanne last year for the title and lost. So it's like it frustrates me for Julia because this is one of those stories that work so well right now, and y'all are not pushing, and I don't understand why. Like you have two women who are very great friends and who are phenomenal in the ring. Like, why is this not the biggest rivalry going on in NXT? Like Jordan can wait. Like and again, I'm not hating on Jordan or anything. The Juggernaut is phenomenal, but it does not hurt Jordan to be waiting in the wings for her NXT shot. Like she could have easily gotten a shot down the line in like maybe June, maybe July, or even that heat wave. Like, why is it that y'all want to pull this trigger now when we have such a incredible story between Stephanie and Julia that y'all are just not utilizing? This y'all are doing the same shit y'all did with Roxanne and Cora. Roxanne and Cora should have been a thing. She's the one that should have taken the belt off of Roxanne, and then if you wanted to pull the Julia thing, by all means. Julia blasted Stephanie, and then Vakura didn't do anything about it. Yeah, like it's just like, yo, it's right there. The storytelling is right there, and it's like I don't know why we're not jumping on it. It's like, yo, like why is it that you're giving someone who has predominantly for the last maybe 2 years been a champion over at TNA? Why does she have to now go for another title shot so quickly? Like, it's not hurting her. It's not hurting her to not be in the title picture. There's so many people who Jordan could get some in-ring work with on NXT that would make some incredible matches. Like, I would love to see her go up against Zarya. I would love to see her go up against Lola Vice. But it's just like, why are we not utilizing what's there? It's already kind of hard enough, as we talked about, to push Julia from what we're seeing. And so oh gosh. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've been keeping my composure, but you know, it seems like it's a you know, you help out, and then you also get it seems I'm getting my reward. Unlike Sean Spears, I'm getting the fruits of my labor. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the mayor is in the building. The mayor is here.
Yes, I'm here, and a little bit of surprises on NXT tonight. And I had to make sure I came and chimed in on things. One thing for sure, I thought I was going to have to cuss Hickenbottom out. Because if we just missed Cinco de Mayo weekend and my client was not televised, it would have been a goddamn problem.
Yeah.
It would have been a damn problem.
But but again, I'm glad it was televised, but I don't like the position they putting her in. Like, we're sitting here and she's not talking about, I want a title shot. Like, you're giving her advice like you're Bailey, like you're a locker room leader, like you didn't been here for like 10 years. It's like, no, you should be talking about, when this is done, Prima, like, let's do this.
It was a very awkward conversation. It was kind of like, oh yeah, I believe in you, you can do it type of thing. And then Stephanie had her little piece. She's like, wait, no, hold on. Just want you to know I got next. And then Julia, it was weird. I think they still trying to work out the promos to make it more intense, and I get it. But as long as Lola's going for the top one, if we just get the opportunity, fine by me.
Yeah, she gotta have that opportunity by the end, like after Battlegrounds. Like after Battlegrounds, she gotta be the next one up. If y'all not gonna pull the Julia Stephanie card rivalry, because like again, I'm still thinking like I don't think Jordan Gray should have won tonight. Like I think it should have been Julia.
Yeah, I mean, and brighter news, at least we got report that Julia and Roxanne are taking on Rhea and Io on Raw next week.
Yeah, but again, too, how are they trying to work that though? Is it going to be a jobber type thing? Like, what is it? Like that's the confusing thing I'm sitting here with right now. It's like right now we're in this limbo of okay, Rhea's there because she wants Lick back. So it's like, okay, is this going to be a one-off or does it pay off for Roxanne and Julia?
If you want to make me believe in Julia's character, then you have Julia pin Rhea next week.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. That would be insane. Julia says if this Sindel said if the story is that Lola is trying to pretend to be Stephanie's friend and then backstab her, then that's fine by me.
Why does my client need to be the heel? Why can't she be the hero?
As of right now, bro, I like her better as a heel. I like her way better as a heel. You know what? No. Let me rephrase that. Not a heel. Give me anti-hero. Give me like Randy Orton attitude, but it's like you get it. Like she ain't got to be like deceitful like a Roxanne or Julia, but it's like, yo, I'm here, but understand I'm whoop ass.
There we go. Yeah, that's what I need. Speaking of Orton, shout out to Miles Bourne, man. I'm glad we here trying to push other men in the division because it was like this close. I thought we was gonna get Javon Evans again. I'm like, we didn't seen this already.
I was going for Shawn Spears. I thought Shawn Spears was gonna get like some like the fruits of his labor, like especially after not getting a rematch for the North American title when it was like the final four with him, Ethan, Miles, and Javon. I was like, I would not be mad if it's Shawn Spears and Oba at Battleground.
That would make a lot of sense too, because he has the faction that can attack Oba the weeks leading too. I was thinking that too. But I'm not mad at Miles Bourne, and it seems like we're going to get another faction breaking up here because Dempsey's going to be sour.
Oh, yeah, Dempsey going to damn near be sour, yeah, especially when he get that ass whooping next week from Oba when they go one-on-one on NXT this next Tuesday. But, yeah, I think, like I was saying a little bit earlier, I like this because it gets you back to what NXT is all about. It's not just about focus on the ones you're excited about. It's about, yo, let's give opportunities to some of these cats that you don't think about. Like, cause I in a million years would not have put my money to say, hey, Miles Bourne, $300. He's winning this. Not at all. When you got Elijah in there,
I thought he was just going to be excited to be here. If I'm being honest, he was like, yeah, I'm going to be in that Rumble. I'm okay.
I was like, all right.
Have a ball.
Yeah, get your spots.
I was surprised that Zachary Wentz got thrown out so early. But again, I mean, I don't know. You know what? Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. The TNA partnership paid off with Joe Hendry at Mania. And I think we just dropped, I think it was maybe Friday's episode where they were like, hey, that Joe Hendry shirt is selling very well. I think we're going to have to see Joe Hendry cross the line in a more definitive role. And I think it starts at Battleground.
Yeah. Well, we do have him defending the title against Trick Williams at Battleground.
And that man's about to drop that title, which is going to give us some point down the line, Joe Hendry and over.
That which again, I would not mind. I would not mind. I think as much as people may not be ready to see that, that may be the smartest thing for so many superstars. Like, I don't think it's time to let Trick go up to the main roster because all it's really going to do is get lost in the sauce.
Unless you pair him back up with Melo.
That's it.
And that's almost like admitting defeat too.
Yeah. But with the attitude he got now and having that within TNA and bringing that over, like, yo, like him just even looking at it like, yo, y'all look, I come out here with this whack ass title. Like, now we cooking. Now we got a fire started.
And then you free up, and then just the idea, like Joe has done more for that title than I've ever seen in the history of this company as far as branding and marketing. Like, it's never been more over. I'm talking about just him having the title. So, like, I think he's done what he can with it. And if you bring Joe Hendry, who is more over than anybody in your men's division right now, I think you can bill him as the guy that can overcome Oba if you give it enough time. That way we get the stench out of our mouths of the Don defeating Oba twice.
Yeah, no, I can see that, just because we needed to see Joe win a championship, because that's the thing that was kind of stopping him. Of like, okay, we need to see him as a champion. And then not only did we finally get that taste out of our mouth that he's capable of becoming a world champion, he's one of the main reasons that people are now going to check out TNA on Thursdays. He's the reason why you go watch that stuff. And everywhere he's going elevates that stuff. Even like with tonight, having him and Hank and Tank together going up against Dark State. Like
that put Hank and Tank over to me.
Exactly. That was the piece that I was like, I didn't know this is what I needed to see to finally be on the Hank and Tank train.
Mm-hmm.
Now I see why y'all tag team champions. Even for Dark State, it was just like, it didn't do much for Dark State, but it didn't make me be like, all right, here these guys go again.
To me, Hank and Tank feels like an episode of The Office in wrestling.
Yo, why Hank and Tank do remind me like they be ones working at the print shop downstairs.
Mm-hmm. It's just comedic gold, and it's like they showed me something that Sam delivered as far as like just working that match against Axiom, like the fast pace and everything. I was like, I know they had that gear, so it's like I'm bought in now.
Yeah, it did wild. It did wild.
Hold on, they're not. It's an outlier in there.
Yeah, there's one in there. There's one token one in there. It felt weird knowing the Meta Girls aren't there anymore. Actually, it did not. It didn't. I saw Lash, come interfere in Jordan's interview along with Izzy Dane. Lash looked like she was right where she was supposed to be.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Jakar. Hope she land wherever she at. But again, you knew who the star of the Meta was, and it's right there, and it just shows like how targets Stephanie has on her back. But I want them to split that a little bit though, because I don't want. What I'm noticing is they're not trying to do a lot with this North American Championship, and and now I'm watching this closely with Sol Ruka, because it's like, okay, y'all are doing a pattern now where it's like, oh, okay, it's been a couple of months. We should give someone else this belt and be the champion. Y'all just kind of letting them ride being champion. But it's like you have enough women in there. It's like, yo, like, and hopefully it happens after Battlegrounds. Let some of these women start showing, like, I want to go again. I want the North American title.
Would you be here for like the Sol Ruka Open Challenge?
I would definitely be here for that. I would definitely be here for the Open Challenge.
I think that'd be a good thing, because, like, I mean, Sol was, if not still, speed champion. I mean, doesn't give him like, I don't know, give him like 10 minutes every week, and it's like Open Challenge, and it features Sol in like a work rate type of fashion, and also, like you said, balances out the division. Yeah,
and then it opens that door for like other people from a shot like Evolve, like send Wendy Wu back over to answer the call. Some of them cats that's over there, maybe a few TNA people, like get Ash by Elegance to come in and like try to challenge. But I think it starts giving that title a little bit more prestige rather than just being a placeholder and someone just having it. But speaking of her and her tag team partner Zarya, did you happen to catch Kalani versus Zarya?
I saw some of it, and then I didn't catch the ending of the match.
Gotta tell you, match of the night. Match of the night. Those two women brought it. That was an incredible match between the two of them. I
crafting styles too.
Yeah, like it was so good. I was just like, yo, Kalani was in rare form. I'm like, whoo. I ain't seen Kalani move like that in some cases, and even Zarya. I was like, yo, I may need to see y'all run this back again. if I see a second one, I'm like, we may have the best of 7 this thing. That's what I was sniffing at, or at least best 2 out of 3. I was seeing that, and I thought that was really cool.
Mary
But
Gold, Jakar's about to be a model, Sindil.
yeah, I think she about to start going into that in the influencer route, getting some of her stuff. I think Zari's gonna turn on Soul before the end of the year. Well, that kind of also again goes back to what we're saying with like how is she gonna be represented as a champion? If it's her just kind of holding it and then she loses, she just go right back into a tag team with her and Zarya.
And then we haven't even seen the heights that tag team can work with yet. Like, it's a great dynamic they have on socials. I would hate to just waste that because of the North American title.
Yeah, exactly. I would hate to see that be what splits them up. I don't think that's the smartest thing.
Like, think about it. You're seeing Zarya's personality. You didn't know she had that personality until she paired up with Soul.
Nope, not at all. That's what I'm saying. I'm seeing a lot of stuff here that I'm impressed with that is starting to strengthen up a lot of these superstars, like characters. Like, it make you start to like really want to get interested in them. But I will say too, Jada Parker took on Carmen Petrovich and made quick work of her.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Get the newly single Maple Leaf Xylee up out of here, man.
Yeah. I was like, okay. As long as we got Jada on TV. That's why I was.
We don't want to stray too far from that because I mean I know she took some L's, but it's like she's still very much part of the future of the brand.
Yeah, so that's why I was just like, I like that. Go ahead and have an impromptu match, showing why you steal that lady, and then hopefully again right after this battlegrounds, we see like what's next for both champions. But what are your thoughts on the main event, Jordan versus Julia? Like, how do you feel about the match, the outcome, and now leading into battleground?
I didn't get to see the whole match because I was traveling, but if it's Jordan Grace's time to get her a one-on-one shot, I'm okay. Because we're pseudo early into Stephanie's reign, and even as early as we're in, it feels like she's been featured everywhere, which is remarkable. But like I think we were talking about this with Jey Uso on Monday, or sorry, that was yesterday. That this is like, hey, this is a legitimizer. You beat somebody who is somewhat feared, carried TNA strong, has challenged for the title before. And you let her know, like, hey, this is my era. And then it allows us to not have to run Julia back so early just because we're still trying to see what's up with this heel side of Julia that she's supposedly so good at. So it's like, that's why I said, like, her, I feel like they too chicken shit to do it, to, like, have her pin pin Rhea. But if she, like, just do something as much as, like, hey, like, the ref has to stop the match due to disqualification, and she just like knock Rhea the fuck out. Like, then I'm like, hey, okay, you slept her.
I see that. You know what it is when you say it like that. I see Julia maybe hitting the work, and Roxanne picking up the victory. Like that. That's the thing I can really see happening. Like you said, if they too chicken shit to do it, like she's the one hits the move on Rhea, and then like goes after the like hold Io at bay. And then Roxanne picks up the pin over Rhea.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because
that's spotlight for them both, but we still got to see, like, something has to happen for me to believe in this dark nature of Julia now. Not her coming back there and saying, like, hey, I ain't forgotten yet. Well, like, show me why you haven't forgotten.
Yeah.
Like, show me what it means to you. Like,
yeah, that's why I was like, I'm don't get me wrong, I'm glad to see my client in this tag match, but it's like, it's kind of just like Julia's just there to assist you, and Roxanne needs a win over one of these people because like she's the one that got pinned in the tag match in NXT. She got pinned by Io, so it's just kind of like, okay, she got to get her win over one of these, whether it's gonna be Io or if it's gonna be Rhea. Which makes more sense for it to maybe be real. Well, no, I think Io would be dope for her to pin and really just solidify her even more with everything she's done. But either way, none of that helps Julia, though.
Yeah, and if it's a pin over Io in a tag match, it doesn't hurt Io. That's the safest way to do it. But like you said, I actually like your idea. If Julia did all the heavy lifting next week, and it's like, oh wow, this is the angry Julia, the heel Julia. Then it's like, all right, now I can believe it a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah,
And I don't know where they at on Monday, but I hope they're in a town that actually appreciates wrestling.
you
Like
appreciate what?
that appreciates wrestling. Because when Julie music hit, I need people to react.
Yeah, and that's the thing they ain't been giving us. Like if they make her come out with Roxanne, that's gonna tell me a lot.
Right.
That's gonna tell me a lot. And I'm gonna be, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be a little upset if they do that. Like if you don't give her full entrance, I'm gonna have a problem with that.
Yeah, because presentation matters. If this is the beautiful madness and the darkness of her character now, like showcase what she was doing overseas on a high level and why there was a great bidding war for her.
Yeah. And you make a lot more sense too of having it now, like where Jordan won, so that way we don't overdo it with Julie. I was like, okay, now that you say it like that, it's like, okay, cool. I'm seeing it now. But I really want to see that rivalry between Julie and Stephanie heat up, because you can run that for like a good little minute.
You could. And then as she's tiptoeing her foot in the water on Raw, now it's like, okay, you have this big feud here, and also you going toe to toe with Rhea and Io a couple times. So now the main roster gets to know who you are. I feel like the world knows who Stephanie Bakura is. So when it's time to get them all up there, it'll make sense for everybody. Like everybody wins.
Yeah. What's interesting too is, now that you even say that, what if Jordan beats her and we have this draft and now Stephanie is included in the draft?
That's just that. Honestly, if they do that, that's Triple H. That's greedy. That's just damn greedy. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. That's greedy.
That is greedy as fuck.
That's going to tell me that somebody on the main roster is going to lose, and that woman is a star.
Yo, I was like, oh, so y'all don't want the person that's champ to remain champ. Okay, got you.
Like the CW, we not even a year into the CW yet.
I don't think so. No, we're not. We was in October.
No.
It was October.
Exactly. So like you got to have star power in the CW to get people keep like watching and tuning in. That's Stephanie's era now. She got to see it through.
Yeah, because no offense to Jordan, you're not finna check out NXT because of Jordan. Just if we just being honest. Like we know she's a spectacle, but it's like her being the face of it right now, it ain't there just yet. She still got some training she got to do, some wheels she got to go through. Because like TNA didn't really make her do a lot of that stuff. She just had to be champ. But like to be on the cover of stuff, to do commercials, to go do press and all of that stuff, like that's the stuff I know Jordan got to still kind of start getting ready for, which I think she can do. It's not like I don't think she can do it, but like Stephanie, like red hot right now. So it's just interesting, man. But I just, as much as we, crack jokes about the Julia thing, man, I just really don't want them to fumble this switch up. Like we see her
exactly. It's like everybody's talking about how good she is. Like I want to see it work. Like when more people come overseas, I don't want them to look at WWE like it's a dead end. I'll get a check and it's like I'm just out here. It's like I want it to work on a high level.
Yeah, I don't want them to just be Shinsuke coasting it. Like I want them EO emotes coming. I want that shit for them. Like I want people like really excited when they see these folks come out. So
yeah,
I think
we still got a cereal. Why can't everybody get cereal?
Yeah,
like why not?
So, but overall, what would you rate tonight's NXT?
I'm gonna give it an 8.5. You know, I like that I like when we incorporate new things. I mean, obviously having Joe Hendry team with Hank and Tank boosted them. We got to see women's wrestling. We got to see some storylines take place backstage and build the set tea leaves in there. And then more importantly, I mean, for Battleground, we're elevating a new person in the men's division. So I'm very interested to see how they build Miles Bourne for the next couple weeks against to take on Obafemi. And then I think you'll have your side story. I mean, you'll probably have Ethan and Spears like gang up against Javon Evans, but I think for Miles Bourne, this is awesome. And I think you need to build more people up in the men's division. It's crazy how there was like some people that we thought had next, and it's like it was Miles Bourne.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. Like that, I said that was the OMG moment of the night. Is Miles Bourne being the winner. And but I'm here for it. I'm definitely here for it. I want to see other stars start to get they shine. Like again, even if he doesn't pick up a victory, it's like it's good to see like, hey, we are watching other people, and hey, let's go on the whole deep end and give someone else a shot. Screw it. Let's see what happens. It's NXT.
Sink or swim.
Yeah,
that's what that's literally what the 2.0 era was, and like we're so far removed from that. But it's like sink or swim. Let's see what you got. He's gotten the rub from Orton backstage before, so I mean, let's see what he got.
Yeah, and like you said, I think this also just starts to lead to that divide of the no quarter catch crew, and that kind of coming to the end, which is cool because I think now we see like all four of them have potentials. Like this ain't gonna end like the metaphor. Like Charlie Dempsey can definitely find his place in singles action. Tavion Heights incredibly find his place in singles action. And now that we know like Miles Bourne is good to show, like give him a couple of singles matches so we show him highlighted to where it's like, yo, let's get it. And then finally do something with Ren Sinclair, because I'm just like, yo, after that Iron Survivor match, I'm like, so she don't get no matches no more?
Yeah, she got her personality and her character now too. But for Dempsey, when he get his daddy as an on-screen manager,
I'm just like, why we ain't doing that shit, man? Come on.
I like William, I know you backstage. Let's just put the call in and say, hey, I gotta do this for my son.
Yes. Like honestly, would it be dope if he went to TNA and got the international title?
Yeah.
Frank. Like no. Is Frank Kazarian the champion? No, who is that?
Bo's in here.
Yeah. If he beat him with William Regal there,
I just need real William Regal to come down the aisle one time and just throw them brass knuckles in the ring. Like, hey, you know what you got to do.
Yep, you know what you got to do. Make your daddy proud. Make your daddy proud. Yeah, man. I give it an 8.5 as well. I want to give it a 9, but it was there wasn't no like, oh shit type stuff outside of like the Miles win. But it was a solid NXT. I think it definitely was better from the previous week. Gave us a lot of stuff to look forward to NXT after Stand and Deliver as we get into Battleground. It just definitely is starting to like cook up a lot of stuff for the summer. And it makes me feel a lot better that we are not just focusing on the shiny toys. We're focusing on some of the people that's been there. We're showcasing some of the folks who have been putting in the work, and which is very smart, especially after all these releases. So these were some very smart moves for Hickenbottom to do right now. Now, if you just would pull the fucking trigger on Lola,
I believe he will. It's too much. It's too much to gain marketing wise when you finally do it. So I just hope we get to it in Q4. Give it to me by Q4.
I'm even going for, I want to see a title change with her in the underground. Give me the underground and she win.
That's the story. That'd be a good storyline too. It's like, hey, we're gonna fight in my domain. It's like I'm undefeated in this domain, and that makes so much sense.
Yep. I would love that. Ooh, matter of fact, Halloween Havoc. Wheel, let it land right on there. She go, we're going to the underground for my match.
I like that.
I would like that a lot. So yeah, Bo's, I'm gonna be like you, man. I'm gonna be like you. I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna be patient with it. I just don't want to see her get lost in the sauce, man. We got so much stuff. She didn't drop weight. She didn't drop like she done got toned up. I'm like, man, what we doing? What we doing?
Hey, that's championship weight right there. We know what she's building for. The extra cardio, right? Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro. The gold. She got the golden skin too. I'm like, bro. When I seen her backstage,
I saw that backstage. I was like, oh, I was like, Electra Lopez. Like, no, that's Lola. I was
like, who is this? Who is this over here? I'm like, is that Lola? I'm like, Lola, what you been doing? I was like, she need a belt to match that glow she got right now. I'm like, what we doing?
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Jada too. And I hope eventually, if we don't get there in the summer and after that, I hope we finally get round 3 between her and Jada Parker.
Man, yeah, we need that. Like, Sean, if you're listening, there's some stories we need to close the circle on.
Right? And it's easy to call back to. They could just bump into each other backstage, like, oh, why are you next to my locker?
Right, like, that's it. Be like, you know what? I forgot it's still 1-1 between the. Let's finish this shit match.
Yeah.
That's it.
Feuds away from the title. That's what we need. Feuds away in every division. Feuds away from the title.
I'm all here for it, man. But we appreciate y'all checking out the NXT post show. Once again, apologies for no watch along. Like I said, I was dead ass tired, and y'all didn't need to see a slouchy councilman. You didn't need to see that. You didn't need to see that.
See, and we give grace around here. I wish y'all would give me more grace, but y'all was talking shit on live yesterday. I saw it. Sindel, Amanadu, I saw it.
Listen, look, until the checks clear, it might just be post shows from now on. Until the check is came, we might be having to move to post shows.
That is a valid reason, you know.
Yeah.
After WrestleMania weekend and all the running around, the 5-hour fourth rope shows, like I'm still tired.
I'm still exhausted, and I got to put websites together. Mayor got to write articles. He didn't have to go into the editing bay now. Like we gonna have to start doing these post shows.
We got a party to plan apparently.
Right.
Like there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff that happened behind the scenes.
Exactly. So we might it might be post shows moving forward, or if not last hour watch alongs and then a post show.
Yeah,
man, just so we still delivering content, but also too making sure we keep something in the tank for ourselves, because I'll be ready for bed after some of these, and then it's like, damn, I can't get the rest of my stuff done.
That's how it be.
Yeah, man, but we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank you for checking out the post show. Mayor, thank you for showing up as well.
Absolutely.
Y'all know where to follow us. We ain't gotta do all of that. Y'all know where to follow us and stuff like that.
And don't follow me. Just put some respect on my name. Don't follow me.
Yeah, go follow WWT.
Go subscribe to the YouTube channel and like some of the videos there. That helps us out.
Yes, especially those Queen of the Ring interviews. Go like those, make those go viral, so then that way we can continue to do these great pieces of content and going out to these events and capturing great stuff. So I've been the councilman. Mayor has been here. We will catch y'all tomorrow.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.